My name is Samantha Taylor. Please call me Sam. I hear Samantha and I know I'm in trouble, so please, just Sam. And if I start to babble, just mute me and then everything will be alright. But before you hit the mute button, I'm here to make a presentation on quitting smoking and the options that are out to help those to quit, such as myself. I am a smoker now and I'm trying to quit. This is my second go around. I was successful my first time I quit. I actually tried to quit, and that was about 7 years ago, shortly after I found out I was pregnant with my little angel. And yes, she knows she's pretty, and she tries to work it to her advantage as much as possible. For future reference, if you ever come across her, both friends and teachers. But to get back on topic, quitting smoking isn't easy. It really isn't. And you can ask just about every smoker out that if they've come across somebody who's told them it's easy to quit, just put it down, don't do it. It's simple. No, honey, it's not. There are several options, or there are several things out that can help you on quitting smoking besides cold turkey. And cold turkey is one of the hardest ways to quit. But there are also patches, gums, inhalers, lozenges, which are like cough drops, but with nicotine instead of the cough syrup. Nasal sprays. There's also medications that you can get from your doctor. And a lot of doctor offices have stop smoking programs. I haven't actually tried that myself, so I can't exactly tell you how that works out. But from what I do know, there's people that people you can talk to about it and stuff like that, and also somebody that you'll be able to call whenever you've got that nasty little urge to smoke and you need that little extra encouragement to keep from lighting up. As most terminology for most smokers. But at the same time, you can ask just about any smoker out there if they've come across somebody who goes, it's easy to quit. Just don't pick it up. Don't light one up. Don't put it up to your mouth. Don't do it. Honey, it's not that easy. Once you're hooked to smoking, it's really hard to put it down. And everybody knows that nicotine is what makes it addictive. It releases the chemical in your brain, and for some reason I can't think of the name of the chemical, but it releases a chemical in your brain that gives you a type of high. It's a kind of, but it makes you feel relaxed and in a good mood, stuff like that. Most smokers, when they get stressed, they go and smoke a cigarette, or however many that they end up smoking, but afterwards they're calm, cool, and collective because they've gotten that nicotine fix. But and by now, everybody knows that there are also other things in the cigarettes, as well as the tobacco and the paper that's wrapped in. There are chemicals such as arsenic and benzene, and both of which are very poisonous to us humans. They're poisonous to just about anything and everything. Even in small doses. Small doses may not kill us immediately, but over time, it will. The things that, the people that say to stop, just don't do it. They don't, 9 times out of 10, they don't know what it's like to try to quit smoking after being addicted to it for however long any of us have been. Me, I've smoked since I was 17, except for that 8-month period that I didn't. During which, after you've stopped smoking, the side effects to it are aggravation, irritability, moodiness, headaches, the cravings, which that's one side effect that never really goes away. It dies down after over time, but it never really goes away. There's also hunger, and I don't know if I mentioned anxiety, but also anxiety. The hunger bit comes from, the whole hand-to-mouth bit. You're a smoker, you got one in your hand, you bring it to your mouth, you take your puff, you move your hand away, and you blow up the smoke. Well, a lot of people who quit smoking tend to gain weight because instead of the cigarette in their hand, they tend to have food in their hand. Potato chips, popcorn, stuff like that. And usually it's not something that's exactly healthy for you. It's just something to chow down and keep your hand busy while you're trying to quit. There's also the health benefits from stopping smoking. One of the immediate ones is, granted, it does take a little bit of time, but what's one of the immediate ones is the circulation in your hands and feet improve. If you notice that smoking for a couple of years, or for a while to a couple of years, if not longer, your hands and feet get kind of cold relatively easy. Well, you stop smoking, and your hands and feet start, the circulation in your hands and feet start getting better, and you don't get cold so easily, and you don't take so long to warm them back up. I myself are trying with the e-cig this time, and it's been working rather quite well. E-cigarette is about yay long, and depending on the make and the model, depends on how wide it is and also what extra features that are on it, but it comes with this vegetable-based liquid. And you can find it in just about any flavor that you can think of. And if they don't, wherever you're getting, if you have the e-cig, wherever you're getting it, they don't have that particular flavor, they can more likely make it. But you can also, in that liquid is also, the one part that's bad about the whole liquid is the nicotine in it. And that nicotine that's in it is not as strong as what's in the cigarette, nor does it come with any of the extra chemicals and stuff like that. But you can get it from 0 milligrams to 18 milligrams. If you're a big smoker, or it all really depends on you. If you want to start out at 18, fine, start up. But if it bothers with the back of your throat, you need something small. You need something less of a milligram. And you may be saying, why change from the cigarette to an e-cig when you're getting the nicotine? No, it's a nicotine replacement. That's what it is. Even the lozenges, the cough syrup, or not the cough syrup, but the lozenges, the nasal sprays, the patches, and the gum and stuff like that, it's all nicotine replacement. But it's not as strong as what you would get in a cigarette, and it helps you be able to wean yourself off of smoking. And one last thing is health-wise benefits. It does take several years for the risks of cancer to go back down to normal, but it is worth it in the long run. Cancers such as cancer of the soft palate, throat, esophagus, stomach, bladder, pancreas, kidneys, all dealing with smoking. And when it comes to the cancer, not only it affects the smoker themselves, but it also affects the people around them that breathing in that secondhand smoke. They can get cancer on those just as easily. Their risks may not be as high as the actual smokers, but they still their risks are higher than normal. So, in conclusion, yes, we all know smoking is bad. And it's something we should never really start, but for whatever reason, we do. Deciding to stop smoking, finding your reason, be it your children, your spouse, your mom, your dad, whoever, whatever your reason is, or even if it's just health, whatever your reason is, stick with it, and then find what works for you. There are many things out, more so than what I've listed in this presentation. But find what works for you and stick with it. And if you want to put a time frame on when you actually want to be completely smoke free, okay, fine. But put a realistic time, because you never really know what's going to happen in your life, to where one day everything's going perfectly fine and dandy, and the whole thing's going fine and dandy, and the next day something happens and you get stressed out and all you want to do is puff on a cigarette. Stuff happens. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time from point A to point B and stick with it. Willpower plays a key role in the whole thing, but if you take it step by step and take your time, you'll get there. All right, now before I start babbling even more so, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for watching my presentation. My name again is Samantha Taylor, and this presentation is for my public speaking class for Jones International University. Thanks again.